excited family or not, at some point, it's just something that you have to be grateful for. Because me, when I look at life now and I see where I was versus where I am now, you could take everything from me right now. You could put me under a bridge and I wouldn't have nothing. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, you can't take away his hand been somewhere. It probably didn't make sense to me when I got molested when I was 8 or 9 years old. It didn't make sense to me, you know what I'm saying, when I was selling dope and doing this and doing it. It didn't make sense at all as to why my father wasn't in my life and was incarcerated, you know what I'm saying, my entire life. Not only that, I ended up in the cell with him, or ended up in the cell with my brother, or my entire family was still struggling my whole life. I can sit here and make every excuse in the world as to all the people that I was around who priorities was probably messed up or was messed up mentally or messed up spiritually. I could point everything in the world. But one thing for sure, two things for certain, that I have come to realize is one day you're going to have to own up and take responsibility that you are grown. You're going to have to say that you've grown, and you're going to have to realize at this point it's nobody's fault but yours. Because at some point you have the mind and you have the spirit and you can have the resources if you choose to, if you put the work in, when you stop playing the blame game and stop wanting to be the victim and say that you're going to come out and be victorious. Because that's what I came to understand. At some point I'm going to have to quit saying my dad ain't been in my life, my mama was this, they was this, my friends did this to me, this person crossed me out, this person stabbed me in the back. Guess what? I did in somebody else's story. I was that same person that I want to blame to everybody else. I'm that same parent that missed 10 years of my daughter's life. I don't have the excuse no more to say, well, my daddy wasn't here because I wasn't there. I ain't no way, because I know some of my homeboys, if they told their story, they'll say that I was the snake in their story. I can't do that. It's too many people who want to point the finger and don't want to realize that it's 3 point back at you when you pointing the finger. That's why he said the first one without sin cast the first stone. When they brought that woman and they dragged her in there, and all of them folks, you listen to me. You got it too. You got it too. That's what right now in life, I'm so grateful. What I realized, none of this even matters. None of listen to me, the couch, the TV, the flat screens, the iPhone 14, 15, the Android, listen to me, none of this stuff matter. Because if you don't have if your heart ain't in the right place, your mind ain't in the right place, I don't care what you get, because you're going to be off somewhere, somehow. The people that's connected to you, you got to pay too close attention to the people that's connected to you when you living wrong. When you living right, you got the right people behind, you don't have to question people's motive. You don't have to question if they taking advantage of you. You don't have to question if you can vent to them and they gonna run off and tell your business. You don't have to question, because when you heal up, you realize when you heal up, the only people I'm gonna surround myself around is the people who got my best interest, and the people I'm gonna look out for the same way I'm gonna look out for them. And that's where, like, I've had epiphany moments and realized I might not listen. The people that I wish that was here with me may not be here, but the people who are not here, what I've come to understand, just like when you go to the book, when you go to the Judges chapter 6, when the Most High told Gideon, he said, I didn't tell you to go get all of them people, because everybody is not supposed to go. And the ones who supposed to go, here's the sign for you to know that they supposed to be there. It's some people that you carrying with you right now, and the only thing they are is dead weight. And if they ain't dead weight, I'm telling you right now, they probably talking you out of the direction that you supposed to go in, the opportunity that you supposed to be taking, and they probably finna talk you out of who the Most High wants you to become. You carrying people that is not supposed to go, and they ain't your assignment. See, a lot of people, when the Most High call you, for some reason, listen, when the Most High call you, it's no way that your heart don't try to deceive you and tell you that the first people that you supposed to save is your loved ones. That's what you got to pay attention to, because your heart going to always tell you to go for those that you love the most first. And the ones you love the most is not going to be your assignment, because them going to be the one, if you go pay attention to the scripture, when they said that's Yeshua, Jesus, who we know as Jesus Christ. He said that's the carpenter's son. Listen, a prophet is without honor in his own country. A prophet is without honor in his own home. The one that you want to go and say, your homeboys, your home home girls, your friend, your family, your co-workers, them folks who knew you personally, them folks who know your past, them folks who know the things that you did in the dark that they want to hold against you until the right moment so they can say, well, I remember when. Them the ones you want to go back and get, but them not the ones that you assigned to. Because somebody else is assigned to them. You want me to tell you why? Because they gonna listen to a stranger before they listen to you. Just like it's gonna be a stranger that's gonna listen to you before you listen to it, but before you listen to any of them people because you know them personally. And that's just how that's just how it's designed. Like and going back to the epiphany moment. The epiphany moment is just a sign of gratefulness, man. Like when you wake up, when you get to a place when your sleep is sweet, and you can wake up and breathe light. Ain't got nothing. And listen to what I'm finna say. It ain't got nothing to do with you behind on your bills or all the things that you got to do. It's just a light. You just light. You just light. It's an epiphany moment that you know he forever in your presence. Even when you don't understand, he in your presence. And when Paul said when Paul was speaking on contentment, when Paul speak on whether I'm above or beneath, when he spoke on that contentment, he was just talking about his gratefulness. Like either way it go, if I got it or I don't, I'm good. That's the point I'm at in life right now. Whether I got it or not, he showed me enough to know, regardless of what's going on around me, he got me. I might not understand it when it happened, but he got me. You know why? Because when I got molested as a child, I didn't understand it, but I'm here now to testify. Because he said dang, in Revelations, I can't believe I forgot that scripture right off the top of my head. When he was talking, we overcome by the blood and the word of our testimony. I didn't understand it when it happened. Didn't agree with it when it happened. Don't agree with it now. But I know now I stand strong and I'm able to say and it helps set other people free. Didn't understand why I had to jump in the streets and didn't have this and didn't have that and then live the way I live. Well, one thing I do understand is where I'm at now. I have no complaints because and this ain't just me trying to make an excuse or cope with the situation and say, well, it could have been worse. It was what it was supposed to be. It was what it's supposed to be. And people not going to understand it because they don't come from that walk of life. And some people will say it was a choice when I know for a fact it wasn't a choice. It was the hand that was dealt. You can't say that to the average person of color who was raised in the 90s when man, listen to me. You made best. You made do with whatever it was. You went through whatever path you had to go through. And at some point you just realized when I was a child, I thought as a child. But when I realized what was going on, I had to do away with childish things. And once you decide to make that choice, he said, whoever's in Christ, they are a new creation. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. And at that point, anybody who chooses to try to hold you to your past, I need you to understand that your past does not define who you are. I had a man jump in one of my videos earlier today, and the man said, because I'm teaching the course to teach people how to write a book, and the man said, you doing whatever, he said, you doing your best to get rich. He said, you doing your best to get rich. And he said, you an ex-convict. He said, we not buying that. And what he don't understand right now, and this ain't got nothing to do with it. I'm in a 4-bedroom house. My credit score is over 700. My daughter is well taken care of. I'm in the middle of shooting my second movie. I'm doing extremely well on every level that you could think of. Physically, spiritually, mentally, my relationship is intact. You know what I'm saying? My friendships is intact. Like where I'm at right now, like you got to be kidding me. And you overlook because of you trying to judge a book by its cover. tonight you ponder on some things, man, because the epiphany moment is a breaking moment. The epiphany moment is a breaking moment when you grateful. That gratefulness, it do something to your soul. It do something to your spirit. And sometimes, what's up, Ronnie? Sometimes you gotta sit and ponder on deeper things, not your bills and not things that you can't fix in your family. I had somebody text me early, my homeboy. I got the utmost respect for him. And he was talking about my brother homeless. And my response to him was, my brother's not my responsibility. And that's the truth. Hard to say, but that's the truth. It's not my assignment. It's not for me to stop until the Most High say, stop what you're doing and tend to that. What I have to do is trust him in that. Do you know how many parents struggling right now? Their children is out of control. And at some point, guess what he gonna say? That ain't even your assignment right now. That's for somebody else. And a lot of people ain't gonna turn it loose. Because some people just not gonna listen to you because they your blood. Some people not gonna accept your help just because you they blood. Some people ain't gonna believe what you mean, and when you say it, when you trying to help them, you know why? Because it's you. So it's got to come from somebody else. The love got to come from somebody else. The care got to come from somebody else. The help got to come from somebody else. Because for some reason, deep down in us, we take love from a stranger different than we take it from our loved one, because we hold on and harbor the hurt that they have already caused us. Me and my brother done bumped heads before. So the help coming from me, it might be a, man, but at the same time, it's the same thing with my homeboy. I can call home right now and try to explain to my homeboys this is the plan. And a lot of them, because they feel like they still know me, they gonna say, man, but I don't know, I don't really trust. So let the help come from where it's supposed to come from, because it might not even, it probably ain't gonna come from you, because them folks might not trust it coming from you, or they might, or they might take advantage of it coming from you because it's you. It ain't from you. And I'm out of words, man. The epiphany moment, I done had a lot of epiphany moments here recently, and I'm learning to accept them and embrace them. Now, I got one more thing. Commitment issues, thank you. Having a commitment issue ain't just for your relationship. Listen. A lot of times when we talk about commitment issues, we talking about committing to a relationship, to a person. You're having a commitment issue to the king because it's unfamiliar. You don't know if it's gonna work. You're basing it on past experience, human experiences. So when it comes to the trust, you're having a commitment issue with him. And when you're having a commitment issue to him, what makes you think you can adjust and embrace to commit to anything else? That was my problem. And I just answered that just now. That just came, like literally. That just came. Real talk. He don't send people that'll hurt you. The people that you're connected to that's hurting you ain't from him. So your commitment issue ain't from him. The people that ain't loving you the way you know you require and demand and should get the love, the people that you connect, they doing you wrong. It's not from him. But your brain is now programmed to think that's how people are, so it's done formed. You ain't committed to him though. You committed to something else. And when you committed to it, once you realize you're trying to get to a place to commit to true love, to commit to trust, to commit to the right things, you have to draw near to him so you can understand. That's where the commitment issue is coming in, because you ain't connected to the right things, the right people. You got to commit to him. And that's where I'm at. Y'all be blessed. Y'all hold it down. If you didn't get to watch all this, I'm going to put it on my YouTube. My YouTube is Joe Baker. If you took something from this, man, if you want to, you cash out me $1. Okay, so boom, one. Y'all be blessed.